Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And multi-platinum selling recording artist, Pentatonics.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's bright glance, red bombs bursting in us, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Whoa, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
Oh boy, I got a tear in my eye here. Welcome into Stam Studio Network. My name is Sean Stam. Tonight we are in for a treat. Street court racing on the streets of Long Beach, California. Welcome in. This is going to be a blast, be sure. You got that beverage of choice. You got a little snack. You're not going to want to miss a minute of this 40-minute action here tonight. We got that competition caution at that halfway mark. Rounding out qualifying right now, let's take a look at something new before we get into our little points and all that. Very similar, matter of fact, just exactly the same thing to our NASCAR in-season bracket here. We're going to have something here for the GR86 League. Here you see it on your screen. They're going to have Brian Reyes against Andreas Prienfalk, Amethyst Reese, Kalani going at it. This is all first rounders here. Thiago Marvin Samoya, Slater Colby, also Joe Rainey advancing already to round 2. They will await their battles, and then this is all to that finals championship round. Got another in-season tournament here as we've got battles brewing throughout not even the track, but as well as our playoff points. Let's take a look at those point standings here now. Should be scrolling across the screen. Here we go. Looks like Thiago P. de Lima, he was struggling respectfully for a little bit of pace there in practice. Thiago right now is going to start P5, but he's leading us in our points. How about Joe Rainey, Slater Colby, Marvin Samoya, as well as Daniel Higgins rounding out that second through fifth standings in the points. Benjamin Foran, Stone Colby, Amethyst Reese, Robert Schweckler, Daniel Parmalee rounding out that top 10. Nico Colby, Brandon Birch, Sergi Leonov, Matt Benson, Jake Steckler, Andreas Prienfalk, Ali Xay, Brian Reyes, Paul Newton, and so on and so forth here. We have had quite a few drivers here join us throughout this West Coast Sim Racing League, both in our multi-class series as well as the GR86. This is starting to get good here within only the third round here tonight. We are live here from, there you see it. I don't think there's any whales here tonight in this aquarium, but it's definitely big enough maybe to hold what are those called, whale sharks? Anyways, welcome in everyone to the virtual streets of Long Beach, California. You're watching the West Coast Sim Racing GR86 League, and tonight this battle takes us to one of the most technical and unforgiving venues in all of iRacing, the street courses, excuse me. Other tracks that we've run throughout the season, matter of fact, just about all of them, you can miss that apex. You can run a little bit wide. You don't have that wall to hit you right there on exit. Let me tell you, folks, you look at one of these walls just a little wrong, they will definitely, they are unforgiving. These are 3,500 concrete blocks that will not move. Once again, this is a 40-minute race here tonight. We will have that competition caution halfway. And keep your eyes here, folks, on that turn one as we head into it. Now, that is qualifying finished. We will be able to take a look at our qualifying results here in just a few moments' time. Before that, shout out to our sponsors and affiliates in that top right of the screen. For West Coast Sim Racing, we got Zane Khan Coaching. If you're looking for just a little bit of time here in the sim world, Zane definitely the man to find you that. We also got the one, the only Race to Stop Suicide. Check on those around you, as well as Cotton Bowl Speedway, the best dirt track racing here in South Texas. Let's take a look at that starting grid here before things get a little bit too nitty, a little bit too gritty. Robert Schweckler, the wrong stuff. Well, he's looking like he has the right stuff here tonight. He's going to slap it up there on the pole. How about Nico Kolbster going to put it right there up on the front row, right beside Robert Schweckler. P2 for that driver of the number 16 Toyota GR86. Andrew Bound, another newer name here. He won his inaugural race here just a week ago. Andrew will definitely be a driver to watch. Marvin Samoya starting P4. Thiago P. De Lima, Joe Rainey. How about Stone Colby? He is there and square in P7. Matt Benson, Andreas Prienfalk, Slater Colby, Amethyst Reese, Juan Hallett rounding at that top 12. Goodness gracious, 23 driver field here tonight. Ali Xay, Jake, Daniel Higgins, Warren Johnson, league owner starting 16th. Darren Colby, Andreas Profana, Sergi Leonov, Daniel Parmalee, Kalani Lamia, Christian Gonzalez, as well as Brian Reyes, rounding out that 23rd spot. Welcome in here live to Stam Studio Network from the virtual street course of Long Beach. I appreciate every single one of you joining us live here tonight. We see that live chat already popping off. We see Milena Colby's chilling out in here. Also, Zero the Racer, Moonlight Dancer, Jordan Dopke, saying, let's freaking go, boys. And we are just a few moments away from green flag racing. Melina, welcome back here. Hopefully you're having a good vacation. Zero the Racer, believe you are in the race here tonight. Hopefully it is no parking lots there, said from the man himself. I don't blame you here. Let's take a look at our starting road paint schemes. That's going to be, of course, that very vibrant black and yellow, call it black and gold. Nico Colby starting out in that second spot. Robert Schweckler. Robert, real quick, I appreciate everything that you do here behind the scenes. It's even with the points and all that, it goes a long way. And speaking of that, real quick, we're going to take a quick look at those points. Oh, sorry there. Okay, we'll do that during our competition caution here. I got so many things starting to brew here beside me. Matter of fact, yeah, okay, I'll take you to the points here real quick. We do have enough time to take a look at them. Here we go. It's definitely, even though it is just only race 3 of this season. Oh, we already looked at these. Remember, Thiago P. De Lima, Joe Rainey, Slater Colby, Marvin Samoya, Daniel Higgins is rounding out that top 5. But Benjamin Colby, Stone Colby was my biggest kind of shocker there. I know he's had quite a few races off, but He's definitely not down and out of this championship run here. We are 2 wide. We are ready for the 3rd race of the season. Real quick, if you joined into the vertical stream here tonight, that is just something newer I'm doing. If you're looking for the long ways, that is also live on Stam Studio Network. If you are tuned into the vertical stream though, welcome in here live on YouTube Shorts. We are just a couple 100 feet away from green flag racing here at the streets of Long Beach. Here we go, Robert Schweckler, Nico Colby, Andrew Brown, as well as Marvin Samoya. The field is in your hands. Barney is waving the green flag. Here we go, go, go. We're gonna settle it 2 wide, 3 rows back, but take a look at that. Already Thiago P. de Lima, he's gonna have to start to play some defense over what looks to be 3 wide earlier on. This could be a parking lot heading into 1 and 2. Oh God. All right, so 2 wide is making it so far, but no, 3 wide is not. Juan Hallett's gonna be involved. That red machine looks like, actually, Daniel Higgins. Juan Hallett gonna make it through. Darren Colby looked like that yellow and black machine will suffice just a little bit of nose damage. That should be damage cleared right away within our series tonight. Here we go, the battles are gonna start to heat up. Thiago P. de Lima avoided that carnage heading into turn 1. We'll take a few replays of it here in just a few moments time. Thiago P. de Lima down in that inside, got the spot for just a moment, but Nico Colby's gonna say thank you very much. Take that right back as Thiago P. de Lima is going to run a little wide. Here we go, battle starting to ensue down and throughout the rest of the pack. Andrew Bound loses 1 spot off that restart. Here comes Marvin Samoya. Stone Colby gaining a spot off the start. Just now joining us, welcome in live here to Stam Studio Network. We are live from the virtual streets of the Long Beach Street Circuit, this West Coast Sim Racing League. This is gonna get good. We do have that competition caution about 20 minutes in this race. There's some more side-by-side. I believe that's going to be within Andrew Brown. Andrew Bound, Thiago P. de Lima will look side-by-side heading out of that tight hairpin heading into turn 1. Oh no, Sergi's gone around here. Another kind of black and yellow Toyota GR86 back into this side-by-side battle here between Andrew Bound. Thiago P. de Lima is going to have that inside line. He's got P3 right now. That'll be the final driver interview spots over Andrew Bound for the moment. Marvin Samoya, how about it? He's going to lose 1 spot off that race start, but he is looking fast earlier on. Amethyst Reese is sniffing some flowers here. All right, we'll get back live to action then. Trust me, I will bring you some replays live here on Stam Studio Network. Once again, Slater Colby, he is, I believe, could be fresh off vacation here. I know quite a few of these Colbsters did, but Slater Colby right now also shown +3 spots since that start of the race. Brother Stone Colby shown 2 spots since that start. That vehiclebuyers.com GR86 if you're looking to buy. Vehiclebuyers.com if you're looking to, if you're looking to sell, vehiclebuyers.com. If you're looking to buy, overstockvehicles.com. They got what you are needing. Here we go. Speaking of looking what we're needing, Thiago P. de Lima is looking to play even more defense coming out of this tight hairpin. You got to turn that wheel more than 180 degrees. Let's hop on board with Amethyst Reese here as she makes her way through in this hairpin. Take a look at the hands. Amethyst Reese has a windscreen full of some battles right now. She's got Andreas Profana, Juan Hallett right there, right in front of her. These battles are starting to heat up. Broil here at the streets of Long Beach. Alrighty, while we have a moment here, oh no, side by side into turn 1. That'll get tight there between the Bumblebee machine as well as Lightning McQueen. They'll go side by side. No, Darren, no. Bumblebee, a yellow and black machine will go around. He will get it right back going through the fountain section. We got the 42 of Jake Seckler around as well. Okay, we got 10,000 replays to look at here. The battle's still continuing to heat up. I don't know when to take them. Look at this. The black and gold versus yellow and black. Rainy Homes Racing. Both Stam Studio Network machines here. Hey, I'll tell you, Stam Studio Network, that bumper on that back bumper, the sticker on that back bumper for Joe Rainey, Slater Colby. I believe Nico Colby has one as well. Trust me, boys and girls, that's going to represent just about 5 to 10 extra horsepower. Believe me, I would know. Seriously, I appreciate you guys racing those vinyl stickers. If that's something you want in real life as well, most of these drivers in real life racing have ordered those vinyl stickers, slapped them on their real life racing mobiles. That's I really appreciate it there, guys. And you know what else I really appreciate? Battles continuing to heat up. Slater Colby, Matt Benson, Joe Rainey. This battle starting to heat up, for this battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th. This is once again, that'll be door quarter clear for Slater Colby, making that pass look easy. He's got Matt Benson, another black and silver machine right behind him. We'll work our way through the fountain section here. Okay, now I think we can do it. Let's take a look at the original parking lot there. If you're watching the NASCAR at Chicago Street Course kind of race there, we did have one parking lot earlier on. It may have looked like this, and hey, if you're an Amethyst Reese fan here, guys, you might want to shield your eyes here just a little bit. Amethyst, she's going to try and dive it down the inside. Not quite clear from that red machine. Can't quite see the name of that one as they go around and take a look at that behind him. Oh my goodness gracious. Parking lots ensued. We're still trying to get it going, and that's just the start of it here, boys and girls. We had so many incidents continue to ensue. If you're a Kalani fan, you might be asking where this driver is. He finds himself, matter of fact, involved in this incident. We're going to hop on board with Kalani here. This is into that treacherous turn 1. Oh, to get to the left. Nope, nowhere to go. Kalani, he'll put it in reverse here, but matter of fact, I believe he's in the pits right now, shown. We got a few more incidents to look at real quick before we get to back to live running racing here. Here's Darren Colby's incident. We saw this ensue here, that Wrangler machine. He tried that inside line. You can make a pass there. That is one of the best passing zones to make here. He got clear, but I think, we definitely got some help there from that Rusty's number 95. That's okay, though. We will keep things moving and grooving. One or two more replays to look at here. Here's going to be Thiago P. DeLima who goes around. That is Darren Colby once again. Here's Thiago P. DeLima's incident as these drivers are going to go look. Okay, you can't run side by side into the hairpin here, boys. What are we doing? That is slight contact, but once again, this West Coast Sim Racing League, Warren, I appreciate you, man, because these are instant repairs here tonight, I do believe. Matter of fact, as well, throughout the season. So if you do have just a slight bit of damage there, you see a slight tap of the wall there for that Benson. A dog is behind the wheel with his tongue out of that 929. Matt Benson, that damage should be repaired just instantly. Speaking of damage repaired, whatever, I just said instantly. There, that's the right way to say it. A slight blink out of myself there as everybody will blink out on the racetrack here. It's going to be a battle continuing to heat up for that final driver interview spot. So far, Robert Schweckler leads us in the Toyota GR86 League, the West Coast Sim Racing League. It's Long Beach Street Circuit. Nico Colby, Thiago P. DeLima are still battling for that second and third spot. Gonna heat up here into turn 1 once again. And look at this, Stone Colby. Where did he come from? Hey, where did he go? You might want to start calling Stone Cotton Eye Joe here, guys, tonight. Stone works his way up, +2. He's bringing Slater Colby, that another black and gold machine right there with him as we work our way through that fountain section. This is starting to get good here, boys and girls. It's let me know who you have down there in YouTube land. This battle for the P2 spot is heating up. Real quick, before things continue to heat up even longer, I'm going to treat you guys to a quick crank it up. Enjoy the sights and sounds of the Long Beach Street Circuit. slowly crank this back down because we got some battles starting to heat up, broil throughout the streets of Long Beach here tonight. Speaking of heat up and broil, that spot for P3, that final driver interview spot is in jeopardy right now. Thiago P. de Lima still trying to find a little bit of pace as Andrew Bound is hounding that rear bumper. Matter of fact, we'll look side by side. That'll be some contact at that wall on the exit of turn number 11 as we head back down and through Lakeshore Drive. Andrew Bound takes away P3 away from Thiago P. de Lima. We'll look side by side here, trading some paint between Stone Colby, Thiago P. de Lima. Rear view mirrors, side mirrors are thrown off these GR86s at this point. 9 minutes to go until that competition caution. Thiago P. de Lima is getting a little bit loose under braking here. Contact. Thiago P. de Lima is into that outside wall. We'll look side by side between two white Toyota GR86s. That is Andrew Bound who gets on in 2 race wheels there. He will solidify that P3 spot for the moment. What a move. What a pass there. Joe Rainey's looking. No! Arizona. Rainey Holmes racing machine will go around. Joe Rainey will tow it immediately into the pits. Slater Colby also involved as well. Let's take a look at a Stam Studio Network replay. Just see what transpired here between all of every single one of these drivers involved. Okay, excuse me. This was Joe Rainey's last incident here coming through the hairpin. It'll be get tight here. I don't think that was an incident. They were just getting as slow as could be there. This is what's going to be the contact here. Joe Rainey, he looks down the inside. Looks like he has that spot here for now. Where does this ensue? It's got to be in front of him. We'll hop on board with Joe Rainey here. Yeah, looks like he had that incident cleared until I believe that was Slater who tagged him. Yeah, I believe that was that black and gold machine who tagged a black and yellow fellow Rainey Holmes Racing real life Apex Motor Club Series driver. We'll get back to some real life battling, some live battling here as Slater. Excuse me, I stand corrected here, boys and girls. I thought we did have those instant repairs. There you see Slater Colby's front bumper is still got a little bit of wrinkle in it. That is just enough to be enough aerodynamic damage there. Who did we just see dive into the pits? That would be Marvin Samoya. This driver has had quite a bit of pace here tonight. He unfortunately right now finds himself in a P20, but this is the long run here. Marvin Samoya is playing the smart game here, if you ask me, as he will not have to pit under this competition caution here. There you see him just now passing Joe Rainey, who's unfortunately had to take that tow down and into pit lane. Welcome in here once again to Stam Studio Network. If you're just now joining us, where Robert Schweckler continues to lead with a 7.5 second gap. I'm directing, producing, commentating here tonight, making it all happen. And if you're just now joining us, I sincerely appreciate you. Let me know if you're new or if you are joining us down here in YouTube land. We see Laura B, Milena Colby, Zero Racer, Zero saying it looked like a Black Friday parking lot here. You know what? Yeah, I'll go ahead and show that once again, because every time here at Long Beach within that at least turn 1 or hairpin section, it's definitely going to get a little bit of Black Friday parking lot-esque here. Here we go once again. It's just not going to be quite clear. 4 wide. It's going to be extremely tight there. And there you see just right behind these drivers. Oops, excuse me. There's Marvin Samoya who made it through. A couple of those drivers, matter of fact, quite a few of those drivers did not. Back to live racing action. Joe Rainey was down and able to get that tow. Joe Rainey didn't go down a lap yet, but he's got that leader breathing down his rear bumper. There is Robert Schweckler in that same shot. We'll call that about 10, 15 car lengths back as we'll head our way back in our short shoot, the first short shoot that we have of a straightaway here. Joe Rainey, this is going to be cold tires versus Robert Schweckler. I know that both of these drivers have some pretty nice pace here in the GR86 as well as Mazda cars. Yeah, racing as well as real life racing. But as we head down and through, turning off Pine Avenue here, we're going to head down and through the more technical portion of the track here, and that's going to be Robert Schweckler right now putting Joe Rainey down a lap. We're going to drag in Warren Johnson here into the booth. Contact here between the two drivers. Robert Schweckler able to get away here. Just a scratch on that rear bumper. There you see Nico Colby. He's got a little bit of wrap damage on his left side. I was just mentioning, though, if you're just now joining us, Oh, we will have that competition caution, and things will get nitty. Things will continue to get gritty here tonight. I appreciate every single one of you joining. Nico Colby is going to be running hopefully tomorrow in the Bump and Run Cup Series Chicago Street Course race here. He's getting a little bit of more street course action here. Goodness, we were last week there at this track, matter of fact, at Apex Motor Club Sim Racing here this week, and then hopefully tomorrow Nico is able to join us. That will be one to watch. Could possibly pull a Shane Van Gisbergen there on those guys. Andrew Bound continues to run P3. How about Stone Colby? He's worked his way around Thiago P. De Lima right now as Thiago drops his way down to P5. Matt Benson, Daniel Higgins, Slater Colby, Amethyst Reese, Warren Johnson rounding out that top 10. Zero here saying Robert putting the dog on him. Matter of fact, I'm right there with you. If we take a look at the sector differential here, it's okay, excuse me. We'll take a look at the lap time differential. There we go. It's definitely starting to tell a story here as Robert was lights out compared to Nico Kolbster there. Lap 6, 7, 8, and 9. Look at that, lap 6 was a whole second faster there. Lap 9 was damn near a whole second faster. Lap 10, we did see Nico start to close in just a little bit, but Robert did have that lap down traffic of Joe Rainey to deal with here. Battles, they were tight here earlier on. Oh, no. That's going to be Stone Colby who goes around. He has to hold his brake there. That VehicleBuyers.com machine. Now he's going to look like Austin Powers. Reverse, first gear, reverse, back to first gear. Finally gets it back going. That Stam Studio Network Apex Motor Club, number 15, has seen better days as he will slot right back in his brother, Slater Colby, who's going to run right there in front of him. Let's take a lap here with Mr. Stone Colby. I know that he just was coming off of some heated up tires there off of that spin here, but you get a massive run down this front straightaway. We'll head into this 90-degree bend here into turn 1. Does Stone pull down the inside? No, he's going to think better of it. Trying to get that left tire hooked up on that apex as we'll head our way down into turns 2 and 3. Fountain section here, down to first gear. Get those right sides hooked up on that curb, but not too much. It'll loop you around. Another 90-degree right-hander here, as well as a up-hander, uphill right-hander. A little bit of tap on the brakes to get the car settled. We'll head down our little short shoot of a back straightaway here. Stone Colby well within that range to take this P7 spot away from Slater Colby. 2 minutes away from that competition caution. These cars bouncing, the suspension going to work here tonight at Long Beach. This will be another slow right-hander. Don't want to get it into that tire barriers on the left-hand side. This is our long curve straightaway here tonight. Slater Colby's going to lead Stone Colby here for the moment for P7 and 8. Take a look at this. The most hated portion of this track, if you ask me. The technical 9, 10, and 11. We'll make our through the right-hander. It'll switch back to the left side and then come into the hairpin. This might get tight here between the two Colbsters. Slater will take that inside line. Stone will try and get a little bit of a corner exit there. That is a lap around Long Beach. Slater or Colby will dive into pit lane with just 1 minute to go till that competition caution flies. Battle for P2 is starting to broil here between Nico Colby and Andrew Bound. Andrew still knocking on that back bumper. Oh, a little bit more contact for that left side for Nico Colby. It's hopefully cosmetic here. Apex Motor Club Rookie of the Year driver continuing to lead that final driver interview spot. 30 seconds till that competition caution. We're starting to look tight. At least it was for a moment there. We'll get back to some more single file action. Holy, we're scraping the cameras here, boys. You might have to pay for that one, Nico. We'll look 15 seconds to go until that yellow flag. Side by side through 9, 10, and 11. The technical portion here. Andrew Bound will take away P2 for the moment. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here comes Nico Colby. Will he have that moment into the hairpin section? I don't think so here, boys and girls. Looks like that yellow flag is thrown here. Stick with us here on Stam Studio Network. We are just now starting to get good. Robert Schweckler leads Andrew Brown. Does Nico Colby? Thiago V. De Lima, Matt Benson, Daniel Higgins, Stone Colby, Amethyst Reese, Warren Johnson, Ali XA rounding out that top 10. Really haven't mentioned the white, yellow, and green. Also a little bit of black on that machine of Warren Johnson here. This Toyota GR86 driver finds himself, get this folks, up 7 spots since that drop of the green flag. Sure, we did have quite a few drivers try and make a little bit of a strategy call here, as we'll have to see if these drivers do have enough fuel to make it down and through the rest of the race. Matter of fact, speaking of Warren Johnson, let's hear from the man here himself. Okay, I'm not seeing him in the race day comms Discord, so we'll have to hold off on the old the Warren Johnson chat here. But we should just be getting everybody back in on the lead lap here, as well as quite a few laps here to green flag. So I know I mentioned earlier in pre-race, if you don't have that snack or drink, you might be missing out. I'll tell you right now, you definitely have a moment here as Robert continues to lead Andrew Bound. If you're a Nico Kolbster fan, keep your eye on him. And will he come in and take some new tires? Diago P. DeLima, Matt Benson up to that P5 spot. We got Laura rooting on Nico, as well as Byron, I believe, is a Nico fan here tonight. We got I believe that's Mr. Brandon Birch here live in YouTube land saying, let's go, boys. As well as no Nico. That got a little tight there for Nico, but the Kolbster still finds himself into P3 position. Appreciate every single one of you once again joining in live here on YouTube land and making yourself known within that live YouTube chat. 1 second, I got to do some quick race control things here and some in the what I'm talking about, the chat. Here we go. Okay, so matter of fact, I think it's cooler if I just walk you through it here. What I just did, I put in the command to wave all of these drivers around, so we hop on board with Joe Rainey here, unless, let's see if it did. Okay, I'll have to do it manually, but that is A-okay. We'll wave Mr. Joe Rainey around. We also have, okay, I may not have had to do that. Okay, Marvin Samoya, I do know that we will have to wave around here. It gets so tough here within the producing, directing, commentating, as well as race control here. If anybody would like to do this here for me, please make a note. Daniel Connolly, we got to get going around as well, and then it should be pits open for these drivers. So, alrighty, stick with us here. The lights are still on the pace car, so at least that's a good sign. We got some wave arounds going through here. Joe Rainey is getting his wave around. Hopefully, yeah, okay, Joe Rainey did go around a lap earlier, so I was scared there. I know I'm trying to talk you guys through it and what I'm doing. I thought, I started sweating as a matter of fact when I did it, because I thought I screwed up. I thought I waved Joe Rainey around one lap too many, but remember, Joe did go down that lap to that leader of Robert Schweckler there in the green flag racing conditions. I don't think pit lane is open quite yet for these drivers, as we do have quite a few wave rounds taking suit. Darren Colby looks like he should need one as well, I do believe. Okay, so at least on my timing and scoring, that's, I believe, is everybody woved? How do you say that, guys? Woved around? I don't know. Moonlight Dancer, welcome in. Good luck, Marvin, on the second half. Moonlight, I appreciate you joining in here. You have joined us quite a few times here live on Stam Studio Network. Man, we got to get you here in the sim, as well as, Mulaney, Laura, Mulaney, goodness gracious, Milena, Laura B, come on now. Oh, there's the man, Warren Johnson here. We'll put him live on speakerphone. Warren, what's going on, man? I believe so. I think that everything's looking smooth. Just need to get everybody back and around, and then the pit should open for everybody. Oh, of course, I got you. Sorry, we're doing 20 things at once here behind the scenes. Yes, sir. Bobcat Tail did clear the black flags there, and I believe pitch should be open next time by. Okay. Do I need to black flag anybody? Would that be better? All right. Copy that. As soon as everybody's caught back up, when to go. Yeah, I got you, Warren. Good luck in the rest of your race. All right, apologies here once again. We're just trying to get everything back and headed the right way. Everybody bunched back up. That's why it's taking here just a few moments here. But once again, thank you everybody joining in once again. Jerry's saying I've been practicing driving race cars. Mario Kart counts. That is a start there, I will say myself. So I guess got to get started somewhere there, right? So that's man. Robert Schweckler is looking like he has the what do you call it there? The CC under his engines, the bullet bill, I guess you could say. He's putting the banana peels out there behind him. Andrew Bound though works his way up to P2 in all of this. Nico Colby, Thiago P. DeLima, Matt Benson, Daniel Higgins, Stone Colby, Amethyst Reese, Warren Johnson, Ollie X8 rounding out that top 10. The pace car is on one to go, but I'm showing the driver in 17th, Andreas Profana, should make the pack here, so we should be all good to go. I think that was about as smooth as possible. This is, again, hopping on board here with Andreas, and, well, matter of fact, okay, well, this is the, look at that, it doesn't even look like there's a turn there, it'll sneak up on you there. Andreas there, has to come around, I believe, one car. But going on to the live driver cams here tonight, it is, we got 4 of them, so I'll have to shrink this puppy down. Who do we got here? We got Darren Slater, Daniel Higgins, who's at the Stone Colby as well. Thank you all these drivers who have put this on here, allowing me to join the virtual cockpits of these race cars. Daniel Higgins, how about him? He finds his way up to, which would be, let's see, where is Mr. Higgins? There he is, P6. Up a 9 spot since that original drop of the green flag. Slater Colby is going to be P12 right now, minus 2 spots since that drop of the green. Darren Colby right now finds himself P18. And Stone Colby is right there with Daniel Higgins, P7. Zero, hey, I'm right there with you, man. Moonlight, this iRacing, it's laser scanned tracks here. It's laser scanned cars. You can't get much more realistic than it here. Come on, join us here. Just about every single day we are live here on Stam Studio Network. If you want some road course racing, if you want some dirt racing, hey, if you want, matter of fact, want some oval racing, iRacing has it all. Laser scan tracks simulating everything from track temperature, tire temperature, tire pressures, brake temperatures. I'm not going to name every single thing. It would take me way too long. But here we go. We're going to snake through that hairpin section. That iRacing safety pace car. I don't blame him. Diving into the safety of pit lane. Here we go. Green flag is out here. Robert Schweckler leads us down off Lakeshore Drive, heading into that 90-degree left-hander. This starts looking a bit more spread out since that original race starts here. Is some more side-by-side. Is that going to be Warren Johnson? He's going to have Slater Colby not quite down the inside, but Slater with a nice move on that race restart. Things are looking clean, green, and moving right now. No, right as I say that, contact with Amethyst Reese. She's going to go around, and a not so nice part of the racetrack there. Still around. Looks like Joe Rainey's still getting some contact as we will head back into this battle for the race lead. No, we got another Black Friday parking lot here coming back off of Aquarium Way. That looks like Thiago B. DeLima. No, this is big for the playoff points here. Only our 3rd race in, but Thiago B. DeLima will be involved Joe Rainey involved once again. Slater Colby is crawling back here in P14. Things are continuing to heat up here. This is starting to get good. Oh, God. Don't flip that one. Is here. We're going to take a look at Andrew Bounds' incident here. This is going to get this right-hand uphill section. This might get a little tight between these two. Oh, synchronized spinning here. Goes the race leader around. No, no, no. Robert Schreckler, he will go around. He will do a little bit of a loop-de-loop and pull. His shoes are unfortunately no longer looking cool down in P8 here. Daniel Higgins works his way up to P3. Warren Johnson, what a race restart here. That changes everything with 9 laps to go here from the streets of California. Nico Colby now with an overall lead. 3-second gap over Stone Colby. Daniel Higgins still right there at P3. How about Warren Johnson, league owner, sitting 12 spots since that drop of the green flag. Andreas Brian-Falk, Jake Steckler, Andreas Andrew. How about Joe Rainey? Right now, unfortunately, I'm falling back to that P8 spot. Now, Andreas Profana, that Lightning Queen machine, will lead the Red Bull Kalani Lamia. This is for a battle of 9th and 10th. Matt Benson is starting to close in on these two drivers as well. Look at that. These Toyota GR86s, oh no, once again, Slater Colby going around. I was just about to mention here, all of these drivers just begging for their pilot's license here off of this corner. And check this out here for, a matter of fact, Slater didn't ask too much of those curves, but the drivers all in front of him did there. Slater Colby will unfortunately lose 1, maybe 2 spots as here we go back into live battling here. It'll be between Thiago P. de Lima. He tries to work his way backing up through the race pack. Thiago P. de Lima is right now sitting P11. Kalani sits up P10. Matt Benson is right behind 10th, 11th. He sits 12th. Goodness, this is not a passing zone. I thought I saw a puff of smoke here. Hey, it's California. It's Long Beach. We're bound to see a puff of smoke anywhere around the track here. Here comes Kalani. Thiago B. de Lima will look side by side heading back and through Lakeshore Drive. This is down and through that hairpin section. That is about that start-finish line there. This is another tight left-hander. I think Kalani's possibly given the wave around there as Thiago P. de Lima will get a 2-for-1 heading into turn 1 once again. We are not missing anything up out front, but we are missing Matt Benson. No, Matt, no. That doggy with his tongue out has gone around. An instant tow down into the pits. You hate to see that for Matt Benson there as we will get back into live racing action here. This is that corner, that's turn 4 or 5, I believe that is, where the complete right side tires are lifted up and off the racetrack there. Daniel Higgins, he's starting to have to play some defense here over Warren Johnson. Warren is hard into the brakes onto that right-hander. This is the corner that you're going to want to sit up here. Warren Johnson working with a little bit of cosmetic right front aero damage. He's going to say no fault of it here. He'll look toward that right sideline. He's going to have Andreas Prienfalk right there behind him. Warren Johnson, look down that inside. Warren Johnson up to P3. Final driver interview spot for this versus engineering machine. Daniel Higgins falls back to P4. Here comes Andreas Prienfalk. He's going to have Jake Steckler right there with him as Warren Johnson gets loose off exit of the 11th turn. We are coming down just to 6 minutes to go. We're going to hop on board with Warren Johnson. Look out of his rear bumper cam. Side by side for 4th and 5th. Daniel Higgins, Andreas Brianfolk, Jake Steckler lurking in the distance. Who do you have here, boys and girls? Who is just deeper into that braking zone? It looks like, Andreas was a little bit too deep. He sent it in there, put the stamp on it. Got door quarter clear back from Warren Johnson. Warren retains that final driver interview spot, solidified right now over Daniel Higgins as well as Jake Steckler. Some more battles starting to ensue here up into turn 1. This will be Kalani Lamia. He's going to have to start to put the pedal to the metal here over Slater Colby. Slater continues to inch ever so closer within striking distance of this P11 spot. This is starting to heat up here, not only in our running here in live standings. Slater has to get hard into the brakes. No, Kalani, no. What a save there for the 8090 machine. As I was just mentioning, this is starting to heat up not only live standings and scorings, but as well as points. This is only our third race here, but we are starting to heat up. Battles all throughout the racetrack. We took a quick look away from Warren Johnson. He'll lose that final driver interview spot here for the moment. That will be Daniel Higgins back down and around for P3. Jake Steckler, Warren Johnson make 4th and 5th. How about Andreas Polk? Brian Folks still lurking like a shark that smells blood in the water. Warren Johnson is knocking on Jake Steckler's back bumper, coming just to 4 minutes 15 seconds to go here from Long Beach. Let me know who wins this battle here down live in YouTube land below. Is it going to be Mr. Daniel Higgins? We're just a couple of laps ago. He did lose that spot here. He's going to have to play the defensive line here over Jake Steckler. These drivers will look side by side. Daniel Higgins will take the spot back there. Jake Steckler has to get down and onto the brakes there. Warren Johnson gets ever so closer to this battle for P4 as Andreas Brandfolk still continues to find his way down and closer towards this battle for, once again, that final driver interview spot. Hopping on board with Andreas here. All of these drivers, Toyota GR86s, are wrinkled. Aerodynamics not mattering too much here from the streets of Long Beach. Andreas gets, oh, what, holy Joe Rainey! Bumblebee machine, black and yellow, kill a fellow. No, Joe Rainey made it clean there as we head down and through Aquarium Way. That was a nice, clean pass for the Rainey Homes Racing Toyota GR86. Joe Rainey, nice work as we'll look side by side. This will be Daniel Higgins, Jake Steckler. Jake's got to be a little bit deeper onto that braking zone there. He'll have to take that spot away from Daniel Higgins. We'll come just to 3 laps to go here from the streets of Long Beach. This is starting to get good. Warren Johnson trying to open up the turn, but with doing that, he allows Warren Johnson to slide into the inside. Contact between Joe Rainey, Warren Johnson for that 5th and 6th spots here. This is getting good here, folks. Who takes that final spot as we once again hop on board with Joe Rainey? He's got a little bit of a draft working here. 2.5 minutes to go here from the streets of California. Jake Steckler, Daniel Higgins, Joe Rainey make 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Andreas Brandfolk lurking in that number 51. We see you down there, Milena Colby. Jake, go. We see Laura B. Zero the racer. Gonna be a Colby 1-2 finish. I don't blame you. I mean, I am right there with you there. I mean, Zero. It's Nico Colby. He just has to pedal this metal softly to the end of this race, as although he does have Slater Colby just he's lurking there in the distance. That is a lap down, I do believe. Stone Colby finds his way up to P2. Matter of fact, excuse me, that is not Slater, because Slater just made a pass for Thiago P. de Lima here up to that P10 spot. Thiago P. de Lima is dropped out of the race, so he continues to drop down that timing and scoring. 2.5 minutes to go. Here we go. Daniel Higgins, Joe Rainey. Joe Rainey is coming like a head of steam, or coming with a head of steam, excuse me, right here, as the number 17 machine, Rainey Homes Racing, will hop on board with him here through the hairpin section. Take a look at the hands. Just about 180 degrees put in that into that wheel input here. Joe Rainey, I believe, I don't know if he took tires or not, but right now he's definitely driving like he is. White flag lap here tonight. Jake Steckler leads this battle for the P3 spot. Joe Rainey is knocking on that back bumper of Daniel Higgins for P4, P3, and P4 up both 11 spots since that drop of the green flag here. Daniel having to play that more defensive line going into turns 1 and 2. Coming to the fountain section here, Joe Rainey continues to gain just a few tenths of a second. There you see Warren Johnson. What a race that number 24 driver has had here throughout this race here tonight. Joe Rainey continues to knock on Daniel Higgins' back bumper. We will heat up, royal this battle between this battle for the 4th and 5th position. Knocking on that P3 driver of Jake Steckler. That number 42 GR86 here tonight has shown us that he's had the pace for that final driver interview spot. Joe is going to make a crossover move here, hard onto the brakes. Nice driving between these drivers until it wasn't. No, Joe, no. Self-induced spin there. That'll be a spot gain for Warren as well as Andreas, as well as I believe Daniel Higgins will take that spot now. This will be Nico Colby coming around to the checkered flag. Congratulations, Nico Colby and Stone Colby. Colby 1-2 finish here tonight on the streets of Long Beach. Don't celebrate too hard here, boys. That is a nice run within the point standings. Jake Steckler, what a race, what a run for the 42. He'll take that P3 spot. Just right there behind him will be Daniel Higgins up in P4, also plus 11 spots since that drop of the green. Warren Johnson's green, yellow, and white versus Engineering Machine will take his way down P6. How about Andreas Folks, Slater Colby, Robert Schweckler, Kalani Lamia. This will be down and through the hairpin section. Looks like battles have all ensued here. This will be for 9th and 10th. Robert takes P9. Unfortunate run here for Robert as he spun from the race lead. This driver was definitely putting that SVG here pace on the field here tonight. Darren Colby will take P12. Matt Benson, Marvin Samoya, Amethyst Reese, Andrew Bound, Christian Gonzalez, Daniel Parmalee, Thiago P. De Lima, another unfortunate run, as well as Joe Rainey, unfortunately, will drop down to P20. Juan Hallett, Sergey Leonov, as well as Brian Reyes will take away that P23 spot. Alrighty, stick with us here on STAM Studio Network. We'll be bringing you those top 3 driver interviews here in just a few moments' time. I appreciate every single one of you. We see that live chat popping off as if you're joined in on that vertical live stream in YouTube land. That was for you live YouTube Shorts users. I appreciate you guys tuning in, joining here live on STAM Studio Network. Laura B is popping off with the emoji as well as Melina saying amazing battles. Terry saying great job, Nico. Good to see you here. That was a great run there for the Nico Kolbster. Let's take a look at our official finish. Well, this is actually unofficial before points and penalties are all ensued here tonight. But these right now will be the unofficial race results. Nico Colby, Stone Colby taking away that Kolbster 1-2 finish there. That will definitely help these two within the points as not racing every single race so far this season. Jake Steckler, Daniel Higgins, Andreas Prienfolk. How about Warren Johnson, who's battling up in that top 3 spot? He'll drop to P6. Andreas Profana, Slater Colby, Robert Schweckler, Kalani Lamia, Joe Rainey, Darren Colby, Alex Andrew, Matt Benson, Marvin Samoya, Amethyst Reese, Andrew Brown, another driver who just unfortunate run for him. We'll take a look at some replays here. Stick with us here on STAM Studio Network because lots of these front runners did unfortunately drop quite a few spots. Christian Gonzalez, Daniel Parmalee, Thiago P. De Lima, and then that 21, 22, 23, Juan Hallett, Sergey Leonov, Brian Reyes. Real quick, before we get to those live driver interviews, let's take a look at and see a few of these incidents that happened earlier on. We'll take a look at Andrew Bound, how he found himself out of this race earlier on because this driver, the 651, definitely had some pace here. This will be coming into the second half of the track. Hey guys, I see you down here in the interview room. I'll get with you here in just a few moments' time. We're taking a look at a couple incidents that have ensued here. But real quick, congratulations, Nico, Stone, and Jake on your podium finishes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that was on Andrew's incident. Real quick, just want to take a look at Robert's because I don't think this one was Robert's fault at all. Here we go. There's a better look at it. This is into that turn 1 section here. Oh, and I may have spoken too soon. We'll have to see how this goes into the fountain section. Pulls a little bit of a Hocevar there, slight contact, and then battle for the race lead continues to ensue. Well, right now I'm going to talk with the man Nico Colby, who was right behind this battle when we had this race restart. Oh, and then it was the synchronized spin is what it was. Nico Colby, welcome in here live to Victory Lane. Holy, what was going through your mind there as you saw that synchronized spin on that race restart?
Yeah, I was just trying to stay behind, and then that one time Robert hit the wall, I tried to get in the middle. It was 3 wide. I just backed out, and then the next corner, all of them spun. I just saw it in my rear view mirror, all of them, and I missed Robert by like an inch.
Gosh, that's what street course racing comes down here to, is just that game of inches here. If you're not tapping those walls on corner entry and corner exit, you're doing something wrong here. Nico, congratulations on your race win. What a race. And I guess now's the best time to ask you, will you be joining the Bump and Run Cup Series tomorrow night live from the street course race of Chicago?
Yeah, I'll try to make it.
Yes! Woohoo! Alrighty, hopefully we see some Shane Van Gisberg in action there, because that is the NASCAR Cup Series. Nico will he will be in there tomorrow night. Join us, it'll be broadcasted live. Nico, real quick before we let you get going, who we shouting out, man?
You for broadcasting always. Warren for hosting this. Just everyone that races with us, mom, dad, my family and friends that watch, and then Marvin for helping me that most of that race. He bumped me in the first corner of the start, just try to get me in front. So I'd like to thank him.
Well, Nico, thank you for giving us a great race to watch here tonight. Man, celebrate a little bit too hard. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Mr. Stone Colby, that vehiclebuyers.com, number 15, will take away P2 here tonight. Stone started a little bit further in the back of the pack, but had that patience once again, made that long run work.
Yeah, no, it was good. We had some good racing back there, and honestly, I mean, I pulled a 32.5 in qualifying, and I have no idea where those other 5/10ths were, so I knew I didn't have the pace. But as long as I could stay close, I knew I was good. I made a couple passes, and it was all fun until Tiago didn't make it fun. I don't know what that was. That was some pretty childish shit.
Oh, boy. Hang on.
So.
Hang on. I mean, you keep talking, but I'm gonna try and.
Yeah, that was just going down the straight and trying to bump my side door constantly and whipping the wheel into me was pretty much of just a joke. I get it, we're on a video game, but and I'm all for rough racing, and as long as it's respectful. I mean, you see it all the time in our MX5 group, and even in here a lot. But that just, that just put me the wrong way, and so I kind of hope for his benefit I don't qualify next to him next race.
Oh boy.
But I qualified I finished second. He's not. So all in all, it was a good race and another good night of racing.
Well, Stone, I appreciate you taking the time for this interview with us. We'll definitely keep an eye on that, because it's especially with this in-series bracket too. We'll see how things boil down too. But Stone, that's a nice run for you. That'll definitely help you out in the points there with a few weeks on vacation. I appreciate you once again, and congrats on that P2 finish. Who we shouting out to here tonight?
You, of course, for broadcasting. Always
thanks, man.
Awesome job, and it's always fun to watch. And Warren for putting on a great league. And this track we just raced this in the MX5s, and it was way more slick, so it was kind of nice to have a stable car. It was like a trampoline out there, but it was a lot of fun. And overstockvehicles.com, vehiclebuyers.com, and all my friends and family that watch week in and week out. And stoked for next week.
Well, I think we finally found what you were talking about here, and that did get a little tight there into turn one there. So, be known it is there, shown on the broadcast at least.
Appreciate it.
Yep, thank you, Stone, and have a great rest of your night, man.
Thank you too.
Alrighty, how about it? Man of third position right now. Welcome into our podium victory lane driver interviews here. Jake Steckler, you got yourself a copy.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, Jake, holy, what a race here tonight from the street circuit of Long Beach here. Walk us through what it takes as a driver. Goodness, you blow one of these corners just an inch wide, man. You look at one of these walls wrong, they'll come out and bite you.
Yeah, it's a pretty tight track. I actually got taken out pretty early in the race and had to pit for some repairs, so kind of racing in the back in P20 by myself for most of the race, and of course got caught up with all the guys up in the competition yellow and made some good passes, and next thing you know, there's like 3 different major incidents happening. 6 cars are spinning here, 5 are getting taken out there, so kind of just snuck through there somehow and kind of got lucky, I'd say, and made it up there and battled with Warren and a couple other guys for P3, and yeah, it was a good race.
Oh, we're taking a look at the incident here. Oh, man, stayed on the gas. Oh, I'm supposed to lock it down. Oh, I hate that that's how you get taken out here, Jake. It's probably you're just now here, and that's well. Anyways, I'll let you take a look at replays. Jake, who we shouting out tonight? Who makes this all happen for you?
Yeah, shout out you, of course, for showing up every week and giving us a good broadcast. And shout out Warren for putting the league on. And shout out to everyone that comes out and drives and races and watches. And shout out overstockvehicles.com, vehiclebuyers.com. Hope everyone has a good night.
Well, Jake, congratulations once again on your top 3 finish. Can't wait to see where the rest of the season takes you, man.
Thank you.
Alrighty, before we get going, of course, got to interview the man himself. Come on now, Mr. 24, Mr. League owner, Warren Johnson. How about it, man? You got yourself a copy?
Yeah, I'm here. How we doing?
Man, I'm doing all right after this race. I thought we were going to have you up in that top 3 spot. Still a driver interview spot away. But how about it? That Versus Engineering machine had some pace here tonight, man.
Yeah, Varus Engineering.
Varus, God dang it. Okay. Well, close enough.
Okay.
No, just kidding. How was it?
You're
though,
good. It was fun, honestly. It was a very, very chaotic race, and I feel like it was chaotic in a good way, and then also chaotic in a bad way for some people. Definitely, probably some incidents we're gonna have to review.
Oh, quite a few.
The P3. I had wheel damage. I was doing good, and then I had that incident with Amethyst in front of me, and I couldn't go right. I had to go left, and it just kind of knocked one of my wheels out of alignment. And I knew Higgins had damage, so I passed him for P3. Then I had Prine Falk and Joe Rainey on my ass, and those guys are pretty quick. And but I'm more than happy with the P6. So yeah, I'll take it. I'm usually like P11, P12, so P6 is a success for me.
No kidding. It'll definitely help you out there in the points, Mr. Johnson. Who we shouting out? Who makes this all possible? Not only tonight, but throughout the rest of this upcoming season.
Just everyone that joins the races. I'm glad we have a good crew here, and despite some disagreements between the members, I think everybody, we race each other pretty good, and with some exception, but I'm really happy that everybody who comes and makes it a good time. Want to thank the Apex Motor Club members. They're great guys. I love racing with them. I like doing their Wednesday night races, and glad that they're part of this all. Thanks to the admins for doing all the work in the league. Thank you, Sean, for broadcasting. 86 Challenge, my real life 86 group. And then, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, most importantly. Can't forget him.
Well, thank you, Warren. Have a great rest of your night, and can't wait to see you back on track Wednesday night. I believe Apex is running the Nürburgring GP layout. That'll be a blast.
Should be fun.
Alrighty, appreciate it, guys. Congrats once again on the top 3. Nico, Stone, Jake, Warren. Congrats on that top 6, and appreciate every single one of you joining here tonight in YouTube lands. Have a safe drive home. Get myself through the virtual TSA and have a nice virtual flight home. Thank you, everybody, once again, and I'll go and see you tomorrow night live from the streets of Chicago. Tune in if you're a Nico Colby fan. That'll be fun to watch him hopefully put that SVG action into work. Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your night.